Hi, my name is Bill Burns. I'm one of the FSRs providing HVAC technical support here at Wolff Brothers Supply. We try to gear these videos around calls we receive from you, the technicians in the field. These are going to be short videos with tips, solutions, and maybe something to just keep in the back of your mind.
It's almost here. Bad roads, late nights, and the smell of money in the air. Besides a full line of OEM American Standard igniters, Wolff Brothers also carries a slew of replacement and universal HSIs. I'm going to quickly run through these so you are aware of what's available to you. Some are hard to find, some are more common. For years, American Standard used an 80-volt ignition system. And as those systems have aged, they've been converted to the 120-volt ignition system. 80-volt ignition systems are still very much out there, and 80-volt igniters are still readily available. But when those 80-volt boards fail, they are upgraded to the newer 120-volt system that includes a new board, a 120-volt igniter, and a wiring harness. We still receive a lot of calls saying, "I'm burning out igniters like crazy," or "it barely lights." Chances are you have the wrong igniter. And because you don't really know what the tech did before you to that system, the easiest way to identify what igniter you should have is to look at your board. Find your product number and look for the fourth digit. If it is a 6, then you need an 80-volt igniter. If it's a 5, you require 120 volt. So here's a quick rundown of replacement and universal igniters stocked at Wolff Brothers Supply. The 380 is a replacement for the Concord and Armstrong furnaces. This is about the only igniter that I've seen that you can't really use a universal for, just strictly because of the length of it. So the 380 is a really good truck stock item. The 379 is a York replacement. The 373 is a very popular replacement igniter. It's good for Goodman's, Nordine, Yorks, Armstrongs. You'll see this igniter all over the place. It's a good truck stock item. The 372 replaces Rheem, Trane, and Lennox igniters. The 371 igniter replaces a lot. Rheem, Goodman, Trane, Lennox, York, Luxairs, and probably many more. If you've ever worked on a Carrier or a Bryant furnace, the 370 you are very familiar with. The 369 is not super popular, but you will see it still on some older Goodman and Amana equipment. The 361 is a popular igniter. You'll see these on York, Luxairs, Lennoxes. Note the raised notch on the left side of the igniter versus the right compared to the 371. This is a universal igniter made by Diversitech. This replaces dozens of 120 volt igniters. It's a carbide igniter, and you notice the brackets and plug options that it comes with. This is the Resideo Glowfly igniter. It is a small nitride igniter. It's universal. You'll see the multiple bracket options that it has, and it claims to replace 110 igniters. This is the White Rogers Hot Rod. It replaces over 150 igniters. It comes with multiple brackets. It's a large, long, chunky nitride igniter. I've never had any problems with ignition with this igniter. It's one of my favorites for truck stock. Here's a little bonus FYI truck stock item for you. It's a universal flame sensor from White Rogers. It's a long flame sensor. You can cut it, bend it to whatever angle that you need. It replaces over 100 flame sensors, and it's just one of those great items to have as truck stock, because when you need a flame sensor, chances are you probably don't have the right one on your truck. And it's a trip back, so this is going to save you some money and some headaches.
That's going to conclude today's video. On behalf of Wolff Brothers Supply, we thank you for tuning in today. And if you have any further questions or issues, feel free to contact Ed Rundle in Medina, Tim Lane in Columbus, or myself, Bill Burns in Sandusky.